captured the essence of local communities, waving tales of resilience, hope, and human triumph. Today, we'll delve into their experiences, their triumphs, their challenges as they navigate the intricate landscape of documentary filmmaking. We'll explore how they harness the power of storytelling to amplify local voices, to foster cross-cultural understanding, and to catalyze social change on a global scale. As we embark on this enlightening journey, let us open our hearts and minds to the rich tapestry of stories that await us. Let us celebrate the power of cinema to transcend local borders. And let us understand and allow filmmaking to illuminate the beauty and diversity of our world. Welcome to this final panel discussion entitled Exposure, Experience and Expansion, Making Films Local, Going Global. Today, I'm extremely honored to be introducing these fabulous panelists to you. Let's have a round of applause for Ms. Deena Mufti, award-winning UK and social justice issues over the last 16 years. Her work has been published in The Guardian, Time Magazine, Reuters, BBC World Service, CNN, The New York Times, and more. Can we have another round of applause for her, please? I would now like to request Mr. Mir Bahadur Khan to join us on stage. He's an award-winning filmmaker from Nepal with a background in filmmaking, literature, Buddhist philosophy, pol science, and anthropology. He directed The Black Hen, the first Nepalese film presented in Venice Critics Week and an official entry from Nepal to the Oscars for the Best Foreign Language Film. His recent film Shambhala has been selected at the Berlin Film Festival in the main competition section, being the first South Asian film after 4 decades. Can we have another round of applause for Seth, please? And my final panelist for today is Manish Maharjan, who focuses on documenting high-stakes expeditions and extreme environments. He's recently been working on a few interesting documentaries, such as filming the entire journey of Kristin Harila, who's going to attempt for the fastest 14 peaks and the first Norwegian woman to do so. He's also working on filming the documentary of Nima Sherpa, who is the youngest person to be attempting the 14 peaks. Let's have another round of applause for Manish, please. To me, this entire panel is not just diverse, but full of experiences. We are going to be asking them 2 rounds of questions, and just for fun, we'll have a quick rapid fire at the end. Would I request all my audience members to kindly note down any interesting questions that you may have. We'll certainly open it up for you as well at the end. My first question today is to Ma'am Mufti. And the question is, can you share an example of a local story that you captured that had a significant global impact?
Hello everyone, it's very nice to be here. Yeah, so back in around 2010 or so, I worked on a very big series for the BBC and Discovery Channel. It was called Human Planet, and that was seen by millions of people around the world ultimately. There were several stories that stood out, but one was actually filmed here in Nepal, down the road almost in Ramachat district. And it was with a wonderful character, a lady who I still remember. She was in her mid-60s. Her name was Tatini Tamu, and she was completely blind, and she lived on her own. And we filmed her story. It was a complete honour to do so. And actually, she attended a cataracts surgery camp with Dr. Sandra Kurit, and her sight was restored pretty much overnight. So that was a hugely emotional story, filmed here at Nepal, that resonated with audiences around the world. When I got back to base in the UK, I was almost, and the show went out, I was almost inundated with emails from people up and down the country in the UK, and then ultimately in the US as well, who wanted to know more about her and wanted to know more about that organisation. And actually, the donations came rolling in for that particular clinic. So as a team, we were so immersed in what we do and sometimes get quite lost in what we do. But I remember sitting back and thinking, okay, what we're doing is a really great thing. And it's a long time ago now, but that really stayed with me.
Thank you. This certainly goes to show that media, filmmaking has a huge impact beyond just celluloid, and it can be translated into the real world. That's a great insight to have. My first question for you, Meet Sir, is how do you see the international perception of Nepalese cinema evolving, and what role do you play in this evolution?
Thank you so much. इङ्ग्लिसमा कि नेपालीमा यहाँ नेपालीमै हुन्छ है पछि इङ्ग्लिस भयो भने भन्नु होला है इफ यु हेभ एनी क्वेसन्स इन इङ्ग्लिस प्लिज लेट अस नो सो थ्याङ्क यू फर यर क्वेसन खास गरी अब यो इन्टरनेसनल पर्सेप्सनबाट नेपाली फिल्म इन्डस्ट्री हेर्दाखेरि मैले देख्ने दुईवटा चिज चाहिँ क्लोजली देख्छु एउटा चाहिँ हाम्रो वर्ल्ड सिनेमामा हाम्रो नेपाली फिल्म इन्डस्ट्रीको या नेपाली सिनेमाको स्ट्यान्ड पोजिसन्स एस्थेटिक लेभलमा या ग्रामर क्रिएट गर्ने लेभलमा चाहिँ हामी कहीँ पनि छैनौँ आई वुड से हाम्रो प्रेजेन्स खासै छैन एक्जिस्ट छैन नै भन्नुपर्छ तर अहिले पछिल्लो 5-8 इयर्स यता नेपाली फिल्महरू एसियामा मात्र होइन ग्लोबल कन्टेक्समा वर्ल्ड सिनेमामा आफ्नो त्यो अथेन्टिक भोइस लिएर आउने क्रम चाहिँ एकदमै छ तर योसँग फेरि होपफुल कुरा के पनि हो भने यो 4-5 डेकेड्सदेखि यता वर्ल्ड सिनेमाको आँखा या वर्ल्ड सिनेमामा न्यू भोइसेस लिएर आएको देशहरूमा जस्तै जापान साउथ कोरिया इरान पछि अब अहिले फेरि पनि अगेन साउथ कोरिया हुँदै भियतनामसम्म गएको अवस्था हो भियतनामपछि आइम स्योर नेपाल चाहिँ वर्ल्ड सिनेमाको आँखामा एकदमै स्पटलाइट चाहिँ अहिले नेपालमा यो स्पेसली यङ फिल्म मेकर्सहरू जो सिनेमा पढेर बुझेर आउँछु भन्ने एग्रेसिभली आउनु भएको छ उहाँहरूको यङ भोइस अनि उहाँहरूको मेहनत टिमवर्क त्यो पनि एउटा होला अर्को चाहिँ खास गरी दक्षिण एसियामा नेपाल चाहिँ एकदमै स्पेसल चाहिँ मलाई आफू यो कन्टेक्समा किन लाग्छ भने बलिउडमा बिलियन्स डलर्स ट्रिलियनको इन्डस्ट्री छ मिलियन्स पिपल्स आर वर्किङ इन फिल्म इन्डस्ट्री तर त्यति हुँदा पनि वर्षमा झुकेर एक दुईवटा नेपाली सिनेमा जतिकै नम्बर्सको सिनेमाहरू पनि वर्ल्ड सिनेमामा पार्टिसिपेट हुन नसकेको कन्डिसन हो So this is one of the best examples, and the other one, South Asia local film industry scenario हेऱ्यो भने सबै mainstream, so-called mainstreamबाट एकदमै गुजिरहेको अवस्थामा whereas नेपालको कन्टेक्समा mainstreamको सँगसँगै parallel cinema, independent filmsको जुन स्पिड या नेपालमा हुने फेस्टिभल्सहरू अर्गनाइज हुने सिनेमाको पढाइ हुने अनि संसारभरिको सिनेमा हेर्ने खास गरी हामी कहाँ नेपालमा मैले बुझेअनुसार इरानियन फिल्म हेर्ने कल्चरदेखि अहिले यो समयसम्म यो सबै चिजले के देखाउँछ भने अबको आउने डेकेड चाहिँ वर्ल्ड सिनेमाको स्पटलाइट चाहिँ नेपालमा हो र नेपाली सिनेमाहरूले वर्ल्ड सिनेमामा बलिउड र हलिउड पछि युरोपियन स्ट्यान्डर्डको जुन हामी इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट सिनेमाको कुरा गर्छौँ त्यसमा नेपाल टप ऱ्याङ्कमा हुन्छ आइम प्रिटी स्योर मैले देखेको
एकदमै optimistic thoughts, sir, and I can see so many young, hopefully filmmakers in this audience that are so encouraged by what you just said. I'd now like to ask Rojita ji, your documentaries have addressed critical social issues in Nepal. How do you ensure that these stories resonate with an international audience?
नमस्ते सबैजनालाई अब नेपालीमा बोलौँ है मैले नेपालीमा भनिहाल्नु हो अब के हुन्छ भने नेपालमा चाहिँ नेपालका केही इस्युजहरू अलरेडी पपुलर छन् विश्वमा जस्तै हिमाल माउन्टेन लाइक छाउपडी हामी सबैजना थाहा छ होला छाउपडी जुन नेपाल छाउपडीकै देश भनेर पनि चिनिन्छ कतै गयो भने हो त्यो छाउपडी हुने हो त्यस्तो हो भनेर कुराहरू भइरहेको हुन्छ बाहिरतिर अब मैले बेसिकली मेरो काम चाहिँ म अलिकति अनटोल्ड अनि अलिकति पछि पारिएको इस्युजहरूमा चाहिँ धेरै काम गर्छु जस्तै माइग्रेसन रिप्रोडक्टिभ हेल्थ जुन चाहिँ यो मातृ शिशुको कुराहरू म एकदमै धेरै उठाउँछु मेरो लेखाइबाट डकुमेन्ट्री फिल्म मेकिङबाट अरू फोटोग्राफीबाट wherever I can I try to raise this kind of issues through the international platform, right? अब यसलाई कसरी रिजोल्भ गर्ने कतिपय इस्युहरू गर्नै पर्दैन जस्तै माउन्टेनको इस्यु अलरेडी पपुलर छ छाउपट्टि अलरेडी पपुलर छ यो सिधै बिग्छ होइन अब कतिपय इस्युजहरूलाई चाहिँ जस्तै अब कतिपय मेरो साथीहरूले कतिपय मेरो आफन्तहरूले पनि नेपालको चाहिँ यो खालि नराम्रो कुरा खालि दुःख पाएको कुरा बिग्रेको कुरा मात्र धेरै आउँछ इन्टरनेसनल मिडियामा तर यो चाहिँ खासमा हाम्रो नेपालको सक्सेसफुल स्टोरिजहरू चाहिँ धेरै आउँदैन भनेर सोध्नु पनि हुन्छ मलाई होइन अनि अब कहिलेकाहीँ मलाई पनि त्यस्तै लाग्छ किनभने नेपालबाट सक्सेसफुल स्टोरिजहरू चाहिँ हामीले धेरै होइन त्यसमा नेपाल सानो देश हो यसले चाहिँ अब यसको धेरै कुराहरू जस्तै इन्टरनेसनल मिडियामा एउटा स्टोरी बेच्नको लागि धेरै कुराहरू म्याटर गर्छ जस्तो इकोनोमिक म्याटर हुन्छ यसको पपुलेसनको म्याटर हुन्छ धेरै कुराहरू म्याटर हुन्छ कि अब मैले गर्नुपर्दा चाहिँ कसो गर्छु भने म चाहिँ कतै न कतै कुनै न कुरा वी अल आर ह्युमन राइट कतै न कतै केही न केही इस्यु चाहिँ जस्तै रिलेट हुन्छ जस्तै म चाहिँ मेटर्नल मोर्टालिटीमा धेरै काम गर्छु जस्तै नेपालमा मेटर्नल मोर्टालिटीको समस्या ठुलो छ अफ्रिकामा पनि छ इन्डियामा पनि छ राइट सो म चाहिँ अब यो अरू देशमा पनि यस्तो छ नेपालमा पनि यस्तो छ र नेपालको इस्यु चाहिँ किन यसलाई चाहिँ डिफ्रेन्ट हो बिकज किन भनेपछि म उसलाई चाहिँ तथ्यसहित हुन्छ नि त्यो यसले कति महिलाहरू वा कति बालबच्चाहरू यसले चाहिँ असर गरिरहेछ यो एउटा सानो इस्यु नेपालमा हुनाले अनि यो चाहिँ किन ग्लोबल प्लेटफर्ममा हाइलाइट हुनुपर्छ त भनेर म मेरो एडिटर्सहरूसँग चाहिँ बारम्बार कुरा गरिरहेको छु अनि दिस इज नट इजी टास्क टु सेल द स्टोरी फ्रम नेपाल इज नट इजी टास्क यु हेभ टु keep going. You have to keep asking. You might have to write hundreds of emails in a week or maybe in a month. You know, it's not easy, but I tried. I gave them the reason. This is how you have to do. This is why you have to do. Yes.
हजुरले एकदम राम्रो कुरा भन्नुभएको छ हाम्रो पोइन्ट अफ भ्यूबाट हेर्दाखेरि फिल्म मेकिङ एकदमै ग्ल्यामरस जस्तो लाग्छ तर त्यसको पछाडि there is all of this back end work, there is all these to and fro's of mails that happens. Do the other panelists agree with this, that there is a lot of back end work that we have to do which never really makes it to the glamour quotient of filmmaking? Has anyone else faced that a lot?
अब मैले पनि जस्तै नेपालमा अब केही अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय अवार्ड विनिङ एक दुईवटा डकुमेन्ट्री मैले पनि बनाएको छु यो ग्ल्यामरस वर्क हो जस्तो मलाई लाग्दैन द वर्क आई डु इज नट ग्ल्यामरस इट इज हार्ड वर्क आई हेभ टु ट्राभल आई हेभ टु नो पिपल आई हेभ टु टक टु देम आई हेभ टु कन्भिन्स देम यु सुड टक बिकज अहिले त नेपालमा धेरै गाह्रो छ हेर्नुहोस् अब नाउ forget about city, even गाउँतिर जानुभयो भने क्यामेरा देख्ने बित्तिकै युट्युबर हो तपाईँहरू हाम्रो युट्युबमा हालेर बदनाम गर्ने हो भन्ने कुराहरू सोध्छन् मान्छेले थाहा भइसक्यो को के गर्न आएको छ किन हो दे आस्क द क्वेसन्स न पहिला जस्तो सजिलो छैन होइन यो
ग्रेट
मलाई त्यस्तो लाग्छ
हजुर
उहाँले भन्नुभएको जस्तो पहिला जस्तो सजिलो त छैन तर अलिअलि सजिलो पनि छ सजिलो किनभने टेक्नोलोजी सस्तो छ क्यामेरा सजिलो पाइन्छ किन हो त्यो पनि सजिलो छ तर यस्तो पनि होला म यो चाहिँ पर्सनल है नो अफेन्स हामी सिनेमा बनाउँछौँ या डकुमेन्ट्री बनाउँछौँ साहित्य लेख्छौँ कलाको जुनसुकै विधामा जे काम गर्छौँ खास गरी अहिलेको कन्टेक्समा स्पेसली फिल्म मेकिङ साँच्चै गाह्रो हुँदैन थियो भने त फिल्म मेकरहरूले यति धेरै प्रशंसा पाउने या मान्छेहरूले प्रेज गर्ने पैसा तिरेर हेर्न आउने चिज जो बनाउँदैछौँ अनि त्यो बनाउने प्रोसेसको आफ्नो म्याचुरिटी आफ्नो इन्टरनल ग्रोथ हुने आफ्नो पर्सनल करियरको मात्र कुरा होइन पर्सनल लाइफको पनि एक्सपिरियन्स त्यो ग्रोथ त्यो ट्रान्सफर्मेसन्सले नै एउटा पोइन्टमा यस्तो हिलिङको काम गर्दो रहेछ अब यो सबै दुःख तनाव अभाव पैसा यो सबै त छँदै त छ तर त्यसले एउटा पोइन्टमा ब्यालेन्स चाहिँ गर्दो रहेछ त्यो चाहिँ विच इज सो गुड अनि त्यही भएर पनि त्यो एनर्जी मोटिभेसन्स फेरि अर्को प्रोजेक्ट बनाऊ हरेक प्रोजेक्ट बनाउँदा दुःख लाग्छ थकाइ लाग्छ गाह्रो हुन्छ फेरि लडिन्छ एन्ड देन यु गेट सम मोटिभेसन्स अर्को प्रोजेक्टको लागि मलाई त पर्सन एकदम भलै रमाइलो लाग्छ
I
I completely agree with you. Yes. त्यो हार्ड वर्कले नै हामीलाई मोटिभेट गर्छ कि ओके यो गरियो अब अर्को बनाउनुपर्छ भनेर. अनि बाइ द वे दाइ चाहिँ फिचर मुभी बनाउनुहुन्छ रे. बेसिकली मेरो चाहिँ डकुमेन्ट्री फिल्म मेकिङ गर्छ. अलिकति डिफ्रेन्ट होला. ओके आम डन.
Okay, great. You behind the scenes को कुरा भइरहेछ हैन? I want to ask Manish because what you are doing is you're working in difficult terrains, you're doing expeditions, you're doing documentaries with people who are summiting peaks and all of that, right? How do you prepare for the physical and logistical challenges of filming in extreme environments, right? And how do you ensure that त्यहाँ पनि गएर तपाईको जुन प्रोडक्सनको क्वालिटी छ त्यो हाई क्वालिटी होस्, it should be good quality?
So you take away like mountains is like totally different than what you do elsewhere. Like it's a challenging place, so altitude mountains, so you have to take care of everything, not just like our camera gears, it's also about your mental health there. So the altitude filming like every time we go for an expedition, we have so many gears in base and like tons of bags. You have to select just like 20% out of it to take like up to the high camps. So it's a really challenging decision where you take your lens landing, your lens landing, prime lens or like so we don't have like time to change the lenses. We don't have retakes up in the mountains. So it's like actually the film that's the final thing that you get, and you can't ask who you're filming to okay climb that again or like do something again. It's risky up there. So and also like being like most of the time in high altitudes above like 6,000-7,000 meters, it makes your brain crazy. You don't have like your thinking ability decreases every day the more you stay up there. So you're filming gears of you have to be like very selective, like 4 battery lane ki 5 lane, lens 2 lane ki 3 lane, tripod bokum ki na bokum. So those are the things that like matters a lot.
Have you ever had to decide between a personal belonging and a lens, like toothbrush lane ki lens lane ka?
Yes, a lot of the time, a lot of the time, and I think मैले खाने कुराहरु अथवा मलाई चाहिने कुराहरु भन्दा बढी मैले I think camera gears पनि बोकिरहेको हुन्छु लाग्छ मलाई.
So you're hungry but you have the right lens.
Yes, exactly. most of the time. Because food you can ask with anybody there around the camps, but lens nobody's gonna have that. So.
And even if they do, they're not giving it.
Yes, exactly.
That's a good insight actually, because having sotsang there's, you know, it is about filming, but the carrying, the batteries I believe माथि जाँदाखेरि ब्याट्री छिटो पनि सकिन्छ. Is that correct?
छिटो सकिन्छ भन्दा नि like get
charge
get easily. So battery चाहिँ switch गरेर चलाइरहन्छ हैन when you go up like यता पनि एउटा ब्याट्री हुन्छ, यता पनि एउटा ब्याट्री हुन्छ, खतीमा नि एउटा ब्याट्री हुन्छ. So you film for like maybe when you're like above 8,000 meters near the summit, the battery just lasts for like 15 seconds or something like that. So you just take it out, change it, film it again, like switch it, and it gets warm, it recharges, and then it goes on like that throughout.
Wow, that's a fabulous way of looking at this whole thing. There's so many other factors which we don't understand up in the mountains, and that's great. Dina, the next question that I have for you is, what strategies do you use to ensure that the cultures you document are accurately and respectfully represented to a global audience?
Yeah, so actually before we go out the door, we spend an awful lot of time in the planning phase. I mean, this can be weeks or months, and so this is time off pressure, no cameras around, getting to know our characters, and then also if I'm filming in quite an extreme or remote and difficult place, then I'll travel out before the crew and spend time with those people on the ground. Often we have sort of gatekeepers who help us. They can be historians, local journalists, anthropologists, someone from the local community who is of influence. And I spend a lot of my time sitting beside people and talking to them. Obviously I have language difficulties wherever I go, and I've filmed in Indonesia and Africa and Mongolia and so on. But what I find is if you sit with someone, you begin to find their real humanity and you begin to read who they are. So I have a little sort of formula in my head. I've sort of made it up. It's called CPM. It's sort of character, personality, and moment. So you encounter a person who is the character or the protagonist of your film. As you get to know them, you begin to understand their personality, and they also begin to know you. So the trust and integrity kind of builds between you. And then the moment is you also begin to understand how they might react in a particular situation. So when I go back to my team and start scripting and planning properly, we have an outside view of what we imagine the story might be. And then I sometimes have to be a sort of intermediary between, say, commissioners who are paying for the stories and the person that I've met in the field. And so to a degree I become their voice, but I also keep constant communication about the production process. So I've been in, we're talking about the glamour of TV, I've been in some very long, hard edits, where as a director and a producer, I sat in a chair with my very talented editors, and I have had sometimes, commissioners and so on channels sort of imposing their ideas from London or Glasgow or LA or whatever about what they want to see when it comes to that community. So it's my job and it's my duty to actually represent the people on the screen authentically, and that's it's an honour to do, but it's something that that's absolutely key. That's how I do it. Incredibly, I've been doing it for about 20 years, and I still am in contact with some of my contributors from 10 or 15 years ago, so hopefully doing something right.
How important do you think is to have this emotional connection with, let's say, somebody that you're filming? And how does that contribute to making it more or less authentic?
Yes, it's vital, even above and beyond craft, I would say. And I've been watching 50-something films this year at KIMF, incredible breadth of work, and bigger budgets, smaller budgets. I just want to say that bigger budgets don't always make a better film. What I look for is the humanity and the connection and the emotion with the person you see on the screen. If you have that, then that is the authentic heart of your film, and I think that works across languages, even in the UK or elsewhere where we have to read subtitles to understand. I think we just understand how to read other people kind of innately. So yeah, that's it.
Great. In fact, I love to take away the CPM, and I think that's something that a lot of young filmmakers will also take back from here. CPM, character personality moment.
Yeah, it's the layers. It's
Right.
getting to the third layer,
Right.
and that just takes time and commitment. And you must put yourself on the line as well. You have to, you leave the cameras at the door, and people want to know who you are, and they have every right to why are you coming here and who are you, and you have to feel it from the heart.
That's amazing. We spoke about not just the craft, but also the soul of filmmaking here, really. Great. My next question to you, sir, Sarkalagi. How do your academic backgrounds in Buddhist philosophy and political science influence your filmmaking, especially at the global level? How do your academic backgrounds in Buddhist philosophy and political science influence your filmmaking, especially at the global scale?
Okay. Thank you so much. खास गरी इन जनरल अब पढाइले औपचारिक या अनौपचारिक अध्ययनले फिल्म मेकिङमा सहयोग त यतिकै हुने नै भयो। सिनेमामा मात्र न कुनै पनि पेसामा खास अध्ययनले फाइदा नपुग्ने त त्यस्तो कुनै पनि पेसा छैन होला। तर स्पेशली मेरो केसमा चाहिँ के थियो भने म जुन बेला जुन जनरको जुन खालको सिनेमा बनाउन खोज्दै थिएँ त्यही पढ्ने मेरो अभिरुचि मेरो इन्ट्रेस्टले पनि त्यतातिर डाइभर्ट भएको हो। जस्तै 2012, 13, 14 को वरिपरितिर म कालोपोथी मेरो फर्स्ट फिचर फिल्म बनाउने बेलामा त्यो चाहिँ पोलिटिकल स्टोरी चाहिँ पोलिटिक्ससँग रिलेटेड थियो। नेपालमा भएको माओइस्ट त्यो इन्सर्जेन्सी पिरियडको बेला, अनि त्यसको पार्ट अफ रिसर्च 2010 to 12 पोलिटिकल साइन्समा मास्टर्स जोइन गरेँ। यदि तपाईँले त्यो सोध्नुभयो भने अनि पछि आफ्टर कालोपोथी आई स्टार्टेड राइटिङ अनदर स्क्रिप्ट फर सम्बाला। त्यो बेला टाइटल चाहिँ इयर अफ गोल्ड थियो। त्यो चाहिँ टिबेटन भाषामा बुद्धिस्ट फिलोसफीको कोर कुराको बारेमा फिल्म बनाउनु पर्ने भएको भएर आई जोइन बुद्धिस्ट फिलोसफी। लेटर अन त्यही फिल्मको लागि अनि मलाई चाहिँ के रियलाइज भयो भने आफ्टर कालोपोथी त्यहाँ एन्थ्रोपोलोजिकल पर्सपेक्टिभबाट चाहिँ हामी फिल्म मेकर्सहरू अलिकति कहीँ कतै चुक्ने रहेछौँ मेरो आफ्नो कन्टेक्स्टमा छ, मेरो आफ्नो एक्सपिरियन्समा। अनि त्यो रियलाइजेसन भएपछि पछि आई वेन्ट टु युनिभर्सिटी टु स्टडी एन्थ्रोपोलोजी। लकिली वान अफ माई टिचर इज हियर, उहाँले चाहिँ मलाई एन्थ्रोपोलोजी पढाउनु भयो। सो मेरो केसमा मेरो आफ्नो पर्सनल करियरमा, फिल्म मेकिङ करियरमा चाहिँ यो एकाडेमिक कोर्सेसहरू, एकाडेमिक त्यो अध्ययनको कुरा जुन गर्नुभयो त्यसले मेरो आफ्नो प्रोफेसनल करियरलाई मात्र रुम गर्दैन कि मेरो आफ्नो पर्सनालिटीको कुरा पनि म आफू हुनु व्यक्ति इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरा हो नि, फिल्म त सेकेन्डरी कुरा हो। मेरो लागि चाहिँ व्यक्तिगत रूपमा आफ्नो ग्रोथको लागि पनि मलाई त्यो एजुकेसनको त्यो एनर्जी, पावर, मोटिभेसन चाहिँ एकदमै चाहिने रहेछ त्यो एउटा। अनि तपाईँले जुन ग्लोबल कन्टेक्स्टमा भन्नुभयो फिल्म मेकिङको, त्यो वेमा चाहिँ मलाई स्पेसली यो पछिल्लो टाइममा एन्थ्रोपोलोजी पढ्दाखेरि एकदमै रियलाइजेसन गहिरोसँग अनुभूति के भयो भने हाम्रो कति धेरै कल्चरल नुवान्सेसहरू या हरेक चिजहरूको त्यो होलिस्टिक अप्रोचबाट हेर्ने जुन आइडिया छ त्यो चाहिँ मलाई यो एकाडेमिक पढाइ, एन्थ्रोपोलोजीको पढाइले एकदमै मद्दत गर्यो। पहिला चाहिँ म आफू के सोच्थेँ भने एज ए फिल्म मेकर पनि आफ्नो कल्चरल कुराहरू, कल्चरल नुवान्सेसहरू, लोकल स्टोरिजहरू, मोडर्न जे जे भन्नुहोस् त्यो सबै चिजहरू एकदमै इन्ट्रेस्टिङ पनि लाग्थ्यो र एक खालको भ्रम के पनि रहेछ भने यो चिज सिनेमामा आउनुपर्छ भन्ने मात्र लाग्थ्यो। तर जब मेरो यो अन्तिमको पढाइ एन्थ्रोपोलोजीको पढाइको कुरा आयो त्यो बेला चाहिँ मलाई रियलाइजेसन के भयो भने यो अथेन्टिसिटी, यो एन्थ्रोपोलोजिकल पर्सपेक्टिभबाट हेर्दाखेरि जजमेन्टल भ्यू चाहिँ राम्रो हुँदैन रहेछ। सो इट वाज अमेजिङ। मेरो जीवनमा चाहिँ यो फिल्म मेकिङ करियरमा यस्तो रियलाइजेसन भयो कि फिल्म मेकिङ इज नट एबाउट जजमेन्टल पोइन्ट अफ भ्यू। अनि तपाईँ चाहिँ विटनेसिङको त्यो पोजिसनमा आफूलाई कति राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ भन्ने, अनि त्यो चिज मलाई यो अध्ययनले पनि एकदमै मद्दत गर्यो। अनि सिनेमाको त्यो ग्लोबल प्लेटफर्म अनि अरू इन्टरनेसनल फिल्म मेकर्सहरूसँग डिस्कसन डिबेट गर्दा या स्पेसली अहिले हाम्रो रिसेन्ट फिल्म सामालाको मेरो आफ्नो एक्सपिरियन्स बलिङमा धेरै फिल्म जर्नलिस्ट, फिल्म क्रिटिक्सहरूसँगको इन्टरेक्सनमा चाहिँ द ओन्ली थिङ वाट दे रियली लाइक अबाउट फिल्म इज त्यो होलिस्टिक अप्रोचमा हेर्न सक्नु या कल्चरल नुवान्सेसहरूलाई पार्ट अफ द स्टोरी बनाउन सक्नु। सो त्यो ओभरअल ग्लोबल कन्टेक्स्टमा या फिल्म मेकिङको कन्टेक्स्टमा हेऱ्यो भने मेरो पढाइ चाहिँ सबभन्दा मेजर पिलर चाहिँ हो। त्यसैले हेरेर सो लकी।
भर्खर हाम्रो कुरा भइरहेको थियो about the soul of filmmaking, and हजुरले भन्नुभयो about the education and the academic background. Do you think you are a more educated filmmaker or a more emotional filmmaker?
It's actually I feel like we need both things. First, the emotions, the storyको कोर कुरा, तपाईँ के गर्न भन्नुहुन्छ, तपाईँको आइडिया के हो, तपाईँको ओन सिग्नेचर के हो, तपाईँको आइडेन्टिटी अथवा एज ए फिल्म मेकर तपाईँको ओन भोइस के हो, इट्स भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट फर्स्ट। आफ्टरवर्ड्स म आफूलाई चाहिँ के लाग्छ भने म आफूलाई एजुकेटेड फिल्म मेकर चाहिँ भन्दिनँ, तर त्यसमा मानिलिनु सुनको बास्ना आउने सुन छ भने त त्यसले बिगार्छ र के होइन। मान्नु सुन त त्यही नै हो, मैले उहाँको कुरामा आई टोटली अग्री, त्यही नै हो। कोर कुरा इमोसन्स हो, हामीले देखेको समाजको कथा हो, आफू कति जेन्युनली कति अनेस्ट भएर भन्न सक्छ चाहिँ मुख्य कुरा हो। तर त्यसको पछि स्ट्राटेजिकल्ली अथवा आइडियोलोजिकल्ली तपाईँले आफ्नो पोजिसन कहाँ सिक्योर गर्नुहुन्छ, स्ट्राटेजिकल्ली त्यो सारा चिजको भ्यालु एड गर्ने कुरा हो, त्यो बुस्टअप गर्छ, त्यो चाहिँ अनावश्यक चिज हो चाहिँ म भन्दिनँ। तर सिनेमाको लागि अध्ययन एकदम जरुरी कुरा हो, पहिलो प्राथमिकता चाहिँ नहुन पनि सक्छ।
Okay, great. एकदम मन पर्यो, त्यो प्राथमिकता हुन सक्दैन, probably it's not the most important thing, but it's very, very important as to have that vantage point as well as a filmmaker. मेरो क्वेसन रोजिताजीको लागि अब, अनि प्रश्न छ, how has your work in international media outlets like The Guardian and CNN influenced your approach to documentary filmmaking?
Yes, it has.
हजुर कसरी हजुर?
कसरी भने I told you earlier नेपालबाट साँच्चै भन्नुपर्दा नेपालबाट डकुमेन्ट्री आइम अ जर्नलिस्ट बाई द वे ओके आइम नट अ फिचर मुभी मेकर सो कस्तो हुन्छ नेपालबाट सानो देश भनिहाल्यो अघि नै यहाँबाट नेपाली इस्युजहरू बेच्नको लागि धेरै दुःख गर्नुपर्छ बित्दै मैले भनेको होइन यहाँ नेपालबाट हामीले हाम्रो इस्युहरू ग्लोबल प्लेटफर्ममा गर्नको लागि एउटा ठुलो एउटा युद्ध लडे जस्तो नै हुनुपर्छ I'm talking about my last movie, documentary, Saving Nepal's Mother. I started my career as a radio journalist back in 2006. Right? I worked as a radio journalist for 8 years. And if you talk about this maternal mortality, मैले मेरो रेडियो डेजमै यति धेरै इस्यु यति धेरै कुराहरू गरिसकेको यति धेरै कन्टेन्टहरू रेडियो प्रोग्रामहरू होइन फ्युचर स्टोरिजहरू मैले गरिसकेको थिएँ रेडियोमा राइट सिन्स 2014 आई स्टार्टेड राइटिङ अनि आई थट द्याट इस्यु इज स्टिल इम्पोर्टेन्ट आई सुड राइट सो आई स्टार्टेड राइटिङ एउटा मात्र होइन मैले नेपाली मिडियादेखि लिएर इन्टरनेसनल मिडियासम्मलाई स्पेसली मेटर्नल मोर्टालिटी बिकज आई हेभ ट्राभल क्वाइट वेल अनि मैले देखेको छु नेपालमा मेटर्नल मोर्टालिटी यस्तो ठुलो रोग हो नि गाउँमा थाहा नै छैन यो घरमा हिजो बच्चा पाउन नसकेर महिला मऱ्यो यति हल्का रूपमा लिइन्थ्यो त्यतिखेर गाउँमा अहिले पनि अवस्था सुध्रिएको त छ तर अझ पनि क्रिटिकल छ सिचुएसन गाउँमा है सो आई स्टार्टेड राइटिङ आई रोट for Nepali Times, I wrote for The Guardian, I think I wrote for the BMJ also, BMJ, British Medical Journal. And similar story मैले CNN को लागि पनि गरेँ, छौपडीको स्टोरी मैले यता न्युयोर्क टाइम्सलाई पनि कन्ट्रिब्युट गरेँ। अनि मलाई लाग्यो अब रेडियोमा पनि मैले काम गरेँ, लेखेँ पनि यो बारेमा, still it was not enough for me. So what can I do? It can be a really because त्यतिखेरसम्म मैले अलरेडी एउटा डकुमेन्ट्री द विडोज अफ एभरेस्ट भन्ने बनाइसकेको थिएँ अनि अलिक राम्रो यसको राम्रो आएको थियो फिडब्याक पनि सो आई थट ओके दिस इज द इस्यु द्याट आई सुड मेक अ मुभी है सो मैले के गरेँ भने अब मैले मेरो प्रड्युसरसँग कुरा गर्नु पर्यो भने आई हेभ टु टक टु माई प्रड्युसर सो अनि मैले सुरुमा कुरा गरेँ दिस इज द इस्यु दिस इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट एन्ड इट हेज टु कम आउट फ्रम द ग्लोबल प्लेटफर्म अनि खासै मेरो प्रड्युसरले सुरुमा खासै ग्रस्त गरे जस्तो लाग्यो सो मैले के गरेँ त मेरो गार्डियनलाई आएको स्टोरी अनि बिएमजेलाई आएको स्टोरी नेपाली टाइम्सलाई मैले त्यो मटर्नल हेल्थको बारेमा लेखेको स्टोरी सबै एउटा कम्पाइल गरेर यो दिस इज द इस्यु यु सुड रिड इट एन्ड एन्सर मी लेटर भनेर मैले उसलाई पठाएँ पठाइसकेपछि ओके दिस इज द इस्यु वी सुड टक अबाउट इट सो इट हेज हेल्प यस and we made a movie and then we made a documentary and it was quite popular and अहिले अब अल जजिराको त्यो प्लेटफर्ममा 1 million भ्यू जति पुगिसकेको छ अनि ग्लोबली पनि we got some award also so yeah
Great, thank you. Now my second question to Manish is, how do you see the future of adventure filmmaking in Nepal and how can local stories continue to attract global audiences?
Adventure filmmaking go, I think it's a very big scope हुन्छ म चाहिँ धेरैवटा फेरि भन्नुको रिजन पनि थियो because like if I take my example like past 3 months I've been like hopping into 8,000 mountains like going to Pokhara and Chitwan 3 महिना अगाडि अब अन्नपूर्ण चढ्यो फेरि तल आयो एभरेजमा फेरि अर्को क्लाइन्ट चाहिँ who needs filming and there's like फिल्मिङको डिमान्ड यति धेरै छ कि everyone is already occupied like a year a season ago so I'm like hopping to Everest like going to Camp 3 Camp 4 coming back again going to Makalu going to the summit coming back again to Kanchenjunga and I just like 2 days ago came back from Kanchenjunga here and I'm again going back tomorrow so that's like the scope that you see in the mountains it's really big but scope छ भन्दैमा like easy चाहिँ छैन फेरि and it's like equally difficult you need to be equally motivated you need to be like able to be away from your family you need to be able to take that risk you never know when you're like dying you fall down it's your luck either you survive or not so स्कोप पनि छ, रिस्क पनि छ, अनि everything is there in like adventure filmmaking.
We see a lot of documentaries, a lot of films coming out. Youngest climber, 14 peaks, fastest. What record are you making, Manish? The guy who's filmed everybody.
I'm like not into any kind of record. I'm just like going with the flow, whichever mountain comes in, going climbing, whichever is possible.
Great. On that note, I'm going to ask a couple of questions which all of you or any of you are free to answer. I think more here also यहाँ धेरै young filmmakers पनि हुनुहुन्छ. So there are lots of young filmmakers here. And the question I want to ask is, can you share one piece of advice for aspiring documentary filmmakers looking to make their mark in the industry, especially globally? Because it is about taking local stories and making them global. Everybody, yes, if you could just.
I would say follow your gut instincts, trust your own voice. Sometimes you have an idea for a story. As it develops and you're in the field, it can change. But just stay true to the line that you originally set out on, because that's where the soul and the heart and the humanity of a film comes in, and that's completely translatable across cultures, even more so now. At one time, not that long ago, maybe 15 years ago, audiences in the West who only spoke English were quite reticent to hear voices from overseas. They didn't like subtitles and so on. That's completely changed now. I know we have some South Korean filmmakers here. With films like Parasite and so on doing really well. There's a huge opening now for stories from this part of the world, from Asia all across South Asia as well. So there's huge opportunity out there. But I would say also keep your stories quite simple. Don't be influenced by what you think people want and box ticking. We're all human beings, and if you stay connected to your protagonist, then definitely a beautiful story will unfold, and someone on the other side of the world for sure will relate to it.
मलाई चाहिँ एउटा कुरा एड गर्नु मन छ. Since we are talking about documentary filmmaking, हामीले अहिलेको एजमा आएर ध्यान दिनुपर्ने कुरा चाहिँ के हो भने, मलाई के लाग्छ भने इथिकल कुरामा पनि अलिकति ध्यान दिनुपर्छ. बिकज अहिले अब यो मिसइन्फर्मेसनको जमाना छ एकदमै धेरै. हामीले काम गरिराख्दाखेरि forget about misinformation, just a misleading information can destroy something. So we should think about it always, what we are doing, what for, and what impact will it have. Yes.
I'm so sorry, मलाई डकुमेन्ट्री हेर्न चाहिँ मजा लाग्छ, बनाउन आउँदैन, बनाएको एक्सपिरियन्स पनि छैन हो. त्यही भएर this is not the right question for me. I'm so sorry.
We would love to hear from you. Nepali stories like, so feature mapani. Nepali stories like बाहिरसम्म कसरी पुर्याउने, and how do we get an international audience to watch our films?
I think यो पहिलो कुरा चाहिँ यो दुईटै विचार मनमा हुनु हुँदैन जस्तो लाग्छ. I think these both thoughts are very dangerous. If you are a filmmaker, and especially if you are young and aspiring filmmakers, just forget about selling your film to the global audience. This is really harmful, first. And second, why do you think about taking your films to the international festivals or the audience? First, I think what is really important for me as a filmmaker is first just to make a film just for your own pleasure, just for your own satisfaction. Just believe on your own idea, on your own voice. तपाईहरुलाई यङ फिल्ममेकरको रूपमा मेरो आफ्नो व्यक्तिगत एक्सपिरियन्स शेयर गर्दैछु. म जतिखेर फिल्म बनाउन खोज्दै थिएँ, सर्ट फिल्म बनाउने बेला हामीले जम्मा कति 1 लाखको बजेटमा फिल्म बनाइरहेका थियौँ. अनि मेरो आफ्नै गाउँमा जम्मा 5 जना टिमको साथीहरुसँग फिल्म बनाइरहेका थियौँ. त्यसपछिको when you completed your film, then after it comes. त्यो आफैमा प्रोसेस हो हैन, तर त्यसको लागि अहिले हामीले चिन्ता गर्ने. अब कहिलेकाहीँ मलाई अचम्म लाग्छ, तपाईँ हामी पार्टीमा जाँदैछौँ, के खाने भनेर घरमै टाउको दुखाएर चिन्ता गरेर कहाँ हुन्छ होला। त्यसको लागि तपाईँ कहाँ जाने हो, गन्तव्य के लुगा लगाएर जाने होला, त्यो पहिलो चिन्ता प्रयास जे हो त्यो अन द वे आउने कुराको लागि हामी धेरै नै महत्त्व दिन्छौँ जस्तो लाग्छ कि। सो मेरो आफ्नो पर्सनल अब एक्सपिरियन्स सेयर गर्दाखेरि मुख्य कुरा त आफूलाई जे कथा जेन्युनली भन्नु मन लाग्छ, आफ्नो ओन स्टोरी त्यो भन्नु चाहिँ इट्स मोर इम्पोर्टेन्ट देन त्यो फेस्टिभल्स अवार्ड्स गोइङ फर ग्लोबल अडियन्स। त्यो त यत्तिकै आउँछ। तपाईँ भात त पहिला राम्रोसँग पकाउनुहोस्, खाने चिन्ता किन भयो, त्यो भात कसले आएर खाइदिन्छ र त्यो त्यसको नेचुरल प्रोसेसै हो जस्तो लाग्छ म आफूलाई चाहिँ। अहिले स्पेसली अहिलेको टाइम फ्रेममा त ग्लोबल्ली तपाईँ जाँदिनँ भने पनि जान सक्ने अपर्च्युनिटिज अप्सन्सहरू धेरै छ नि। त्यो प्लेटफर्म्सहरू डिजिटलाइज भएको यो एरामा हामी त्यो धेरै परको चिन्ता अगाडि बढ्छौँ कि जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ।
I think the daily भन्नुभएको कुरामा पेसेन्स अलिकति सबर गर्नुपर्छ सबै चिजको लागि जस्तो लाग्छ। सो इफ यु हेभ पेसेन्स एभ्रिथिङ इज गोइङ टु बी फाइन।
Patience. Okay, that seems to be quite the key. With that, we've come to the end of your main questions, the long questions. So, we'll have a small rapid fire round. And this is just going to be fun questions to understand really some of the behind the scenes that we don't really get such an opportunity to talk about very often. And it's going to be 2 questions per person. You can't think too much, okay? It's a rapid fire. We got to make it rapid. I'm going to start with Manish. Manish, what is the coldest temperature, the lowest temperature you've ever filmed in?
I can't exactly tell in numbers, but I think it should be somewhere around minus 60, 70, where you get like 80 kilometers of wind. That was like just a month ago in Makalo. So somewhere around that, where you could feel it's that. When you feel you're okay, dying, if you're staying here 5 more minutes, you're dying.
You've had that experience? If I stay here for 5 more minutes, I'm going to die?
Yeah.
Excellent. My second question to you is, have you ever, actually related to this one, is have you ever had such a strenuous experience, such a difficult experience, that you wanted to leave everything and go away and give it up?
Yeah, I had that experience when I was like going to the summit of Everest. My oxygen like completely finished, and the extra that I had fell down from the summit, and I hallucinated there. And I had that feeling, but I couldn't do anything, right? See, I started seeing a tent there, wherever I felt like, okay, yeah, let's just sleep here for one night and just go down. But it was like 8,400 something meters near to the summit. So yeah, that was the moment.
We're glad you didn't give up though, at that point.
Yes, luckily, the weather was really good and I could like slowly come down. And there was somebody coming from Camp Florida with an oxygen cylinder who rescued me.
Great. Rojita ji, तपाईको लागि प्रश्न, who is your favorite documentary filmmaker and why?
This is such a hard question. There are many, right? I can't answer this because
Top 3?
It's hard. I'll pass this question. Sorry.
Would anyone else would like to answer it? Their point of view.
You must.
I'd like to say that I've discovered a couple of brilliant documentary makers at this festival who I hadn't heard of before. So I can't reveal who they are now, but you have to come to the other award ceremony after.
That's where we know your answers, your favorites. Okay. She's on the jury, so of course she knows. Right, great. Okay, Hazul Gulagi, second question. Given a choice, would you rather rewind time and go back to the first day that you ever made a film, or to the best film you'll ever make? Would you like to go forward to that?
The second one?
The best film that you'll ever make. You want to expedite it and go there.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Aba prasna Hazul Gulagi, Sir Gulagi. What do you think is more important for you as a filmmaker? Experience or enthusiasm?
इन्थुजियाजम एक्सपिरियन्स चाहिँ बिस्तारै आउँदै गर्छ। त्यो अगाडि आउने चिजको लागि धेरै चिन्ता गर्नु हुँदैन।
Enthusiasm, I guess. Hazulको favorite lens?
मेरो फेभरेट लेन्स मेरो दुईटा आँखाको लेन्स।
In that you do like that. My two questions to you are, what is the strangest thing you've ever eaten on location?
Many strange things, let's think. Camel bolognese in Western Mongolia, in the far western part.
Is it what I
Mongolia.
think it is?
Yes, there's a camel one day and the next day it's like a bolognese. So that was good. Filming with some Kazakh eagle hunters in Western Mongolia, who were charming, and I'm still in touch with them, by the way. So that was pretty good.
How was the camel bolognese?
It was very tasty, and when you're really cold, it's delicious. Everything is delicious.
What is the most touching experience you've ever had as a filmmaker?
Oh my goodness, there have been so many. I mentioned it to Tini Tami earlier when she got her vision back. That was quite something. She reminded me a little bit of my grandmother, and in fact, before she could see, she related to me as a sort of granddaughter. And when she got her sight back, she just kind of touched my nose like that in recognition of our relationship. That was lovely.
That's amazing. That's a great experience to hear. On that note, we've come to the end of the questions from my side, but now I'd like to open it up to the audience. If you have anything that you would like to ask our very fabulous, talented filmmakers here, right now is your chance. Yes, sir. Could I request one of the volunteers to please pass a microphone?
Thank you, panelists, for sharing your knowledge and experiences. I have some concerns. तपाईँले छोकडीमा लेख्नुभयो, तपाईँले एडभेन्चर टुरिज्ममा लेख्नुभयो। मेरो कन्सर्न के भन्दाखेरि म नेपाल टुरिज्म बोर्डबाट जसलाई चाहिँ नेपाललाई प्रमोट नै गर्ने ट्राई गरिरहेछ। छोकडीको लेख्दाखेरि माइट बी वी हेभ रेज द क्युरियोसिटी अथवा नेपाललाई चाहिँ देखाएँ अथवा एडभेन्चर टुरिज्मबाट पनि। तर इजन्ट वी आर प्रमोटिङ द पोभर्टी अफ टुरिज्म नेपाल चाहिँ छ तर त्यहाँ छोकडी छ भन्दाखेरि पोभर्टी अफ टुरिज्म चाहिँ भएन त भन्ने एउटा क्वेसन आयो। दोस्रो, कहिलेसम्म माउन्टेन, कहिलेसम्म त्यही एडभेन्चरको इस्यु। लास्ट 60 इयर्सदेखि हामी त्यही देखाइरहेका छौँ। डिस्कभरी च्यानल, नेटफ्लिक्स या नेसनल जियोग्राफी त्यही देखाइरहेको छ। हामी आर वी सर्ट अफ द सब्जेक्ट्स, नयाँ कुरा हामीसँग केही छैन कि देखाए पनि त्यही गरिबीपन, त्यही पछुटीपन, त्यही चिज हो। त्यो देख्दाखेरि पनि डिस्करेज हुने, त्यसमा चाहिँ इङ्गेजिङ नहुने, त्यही पहिला नि प्रिकन्सिभ माइन्डसेटले थाहा भइहाल्छ कि के देखाउँला भन्दाखेरि कुनै रमाइलो, कुनै कन्जर्भेसन, कुनै एफर्ट्सहरू त्यो धेरै कम देखिन्छ। आर वी सर्ट अफ द सब्जेक्ट्स? थ्याङ्क यू।
Who would like to answer this?
Thank you, sir, for your question. अब अघि मैले सायद भनेको थिएँ होला यो कुरा, राइट? नेपालबाट मेरो धेरै साथीहरूले पनि मलाई म लेखिरहँदाखेरि मलाई भन्छ कि नेपालबाट राम्रो कुरा लेख्ने नै छैन, अलवेज यो रुना धोना कति धेरै लेखेको भनेर। तर हामीले बिर्सनु हुँदैन। आई चुज टु डु द्याट, आई सुड नट फर्गेट द्याट कि म छाउपडीमा लेख्न रमाउँछु बिकज द्याट इज अ बिग इस्यु इन नेपाल। Women are dying, girls are dying, and then that should get some attention, right? So that is a major issue actually. Yes, अरू जस्तै रिसेन्टली मैले गार्डियनलाई एउटा स्टोरी गरेको थिएँ। नेपालमा चाहिँ यो हराएको मूर्तिहरू कसरी नेपाल पहिला 60s 70s मा हराएको मूर्तिहरू कसरी नेपाल आउँदैछ र नेपाली एक्टिभिस्टहरूले नै यसमा कसरी काम गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भन्ने खालको मैले एउटा राम्रो नेपालको कल्चरल हिस्ट्री सहितको एउटा राम्रो स्टोरी गरेको छु। त्यो पनि एउटा त्यस्तो स्टोरीहरू पनि गर्छौँ, नगर्ने कम्प्लिटली नेगेटिभ मात्र गर्ने भन्ने होइन। तर इफ यु टक एबाउट मी, म चाहिँ अलिकति पोहोरकै पक्षमा लेख्न रुचाउँछु, काम गर्न रुचाउँछु, रादर देन पोजिटिभ अर मेबी ओन्ली हुन्छ नि त्यो एउटा या आई थिङ्क
Hello. The mountains को कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I remember like 7-8 years ago मेरो दिमागमा पनि त्यही थट आएको थियो क्या किन सधैँ वी आर प्रमोटिङ माउन्टेन्स 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 त्यो बेला चाहिँ म हिँड्न चढ्दिनँ थिएँ अनि वी स्टार्टेड वान प्रोजेक्ट मच मोर देन माउन्टेन्स होइन सो गयौँ हामी तराई घुम्नलाई त्यसपछि काठमाडौँदेखि साइकल चलाएर तराई मच मोर देन माउन्टेन्स भनेर एउटा प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट गर्नु भनेर जाँदाखेरि सो त्यो की पोइन्टमा चाहिँ डेभलप भयो कि अब यो आई थिङ्क नर्मली देखिरहेकै चिज हो नि त जस्तै फ्ल्याट्समा देख्ने चिजहरू भनेको त अल अराउन्ड द वर्ल्ड देखिरहेकै चिजहरू हो होइन मेबी अब एउटा अलिकति युनिक चिजहरू भनेको कल्चर होला बट भेरी फ्यु पिपल लाइक टु लाइक कम एक्सप्लोर कल्चर हेभ द्याट टाइम इन नेपाल जस्तो लाग्छ कि नेपालमा चाहिँ मान्छे आई थिङ्क ट्रेकको लागि आउँछ दे वुड लाइक टु हेभ सम फन दे वुड लाइक सम एडभेन्चर हिमाल भनेको चिज विश्वमा कतै पनि हुन्छ नि देखिरहने चिज होइन नि त अब एल्प्सहरू देखेला 4000 मिटर 5000 मिटरको तर एभरेस्ट भनेको एभरेस्ट हो होइन 8000 मिटर्स माउन्टेन्स भनेको 8000 मिटर्स माउन्टेन हो एभरेस्ट बेस क्याम्प ट्रेक भनेको एभरेस्ट बेस क्याम्प ट्रेक हो यु क्यान गेट द्याट इक्वल एक्सपिरियन्स गोइङ एल्सवेयर अराउन्ड द वर्ल्ड जस्तो लाग्छ सो आई थिङ्क इट्स इम्पोर्टेन्ट थिङ
म चर्चित हुन्छु भनेर त्यो गर्ने पछि व्यक्तिगत रूपमा मेरो व्यक्तिगत विचार हो होइन त्यो चाहिँ
कुनै एउटा फाइनल प्रश्न छ भने विल बी भेरी ह्यापी टु टेक द्याट यस द्याट समथिङ
मलाई भन्नुभयो बुझेन सर म पहिला चलाउँदैन थिएँ हेर्नुहोस् है मैले तपाईँलाई नराटी भन्दाखेरि मलाई भर्खरै एकजना साथीले टोरेन्ट चलाउन सिकाएको छ मैले 2टा फिल्म डाउनलोड गरेको छु हेरिसकेको छैन बोथ थिङ्स र अनि एनाटोमी अफ यो 2टा चाहिँ डाउनलोड गरेको छु हेर्ने आँट गरेको छैन पहिला म किनेरै हेर्थेँ आजकल किन्ने ठाउँ पनि छैन कि त्यही भएर फेस्टिभल्स घुमेको बेला हेर्छु र म चाहिँ त्यसो गर्दिनँ गरे पनि छैन म चाहन्छु मेरो फिल्म नगरिदियो भने तर भइहाल्छ भएकोमा ठिकै पनि छ अब के भन्ने मैले जानी त्यो साइटहरूमा हाल्नु भएन है मैले फुकाएर कसैले हेर्छन् भने त ठिकै
कुनै प्रश्न छ यस यस
More a comment than a question. It's a very interesting panel. I have to be here. I just want to make a point that Nepalese films have been global for a long, long time. When I started my career as a filmmaker in the 90s, there were more than 300 film teams coming to Nepal to film their TV, feature films, whatever, documentaries. They were global. Nepal is such an interesting place. There were people from all over the world interested. The only problem was the Nepalese themselves could not make the same fare. And now things have changed. Now we have access to technology, to the budgets, and even the education and knowledge. We have lots of filmmakers. So I think the challenge today to make it global is for the Nepalese themselves to tell their own stories to the rest of the world and figure out ways of how to make that kind of popular or a big hit in some way so there is some kind of credo that comes to this country, not just for the mountains that we have, which have been bestowed by nature, but for the creativity and the talent that the Nepalese people may have, right? So Meet Bham is leading sort of the charge in his own way, but I'm sure there'll be a whole host of other younger filmmakers that will do justice to this. Thank you.
That's a great comment, sir. Do we have any final question? Yes, sir.
Deependraji, thank you so much. By the way, अहिले जो उहाँले बोल्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो, his name is Deependra Goshen. One of my big inspiration, because when I was a young kid living in the mountain, the first Nepalese film, one of the first Nepalese film that I have seen was his film. It's called Uzeli. I was so inspired. And you see, this is how we are so connected, and now he's making his new films. So the really good films, good stories can inspire, can motivate to any filmmakers, no matter where, how. They will YouTube पनि थिएन त्यो भोक लाग्यो भने पाउँछ के भोक लाग्यो भने मान्छे प्यास लाग्यो भने खोला जान्छ हैन अनि त्यो प्यास लागेकै मान्छे मात्र पानी पिउने हक राख्छ थ्यांक यू भाइ थ्यांक यू फर कमिङ
अरु कुनै प्रश्न छ? Do we have a question from the audience? Yes. Can you please pass the mic there? Thank you.
question is to Ninsa. I just wanted to ask, how does the personal religious philosophy and the cultural background of a filmmaker affect the temporality of a film, you know, like the edit and the flow of the film? In a way that we see filmmakers from cities having their visual sense and the edit sense in a certain way, while people who come from the different cultural backgrounds, from India also, from Nepal also, the temporality slightly changes, their way of seeing films, their way of making films, the edit and the pacing of the film changes. So how do you think it affects, and is it necessary? You know, like, is it necessary to have that sense of space and time inside it?
Thank you so much. Okay, from here to Nepali, English,
Are you from Nepal, sir? No.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I totally understand what you asked. Let me give you my own example, because I belongs from Hindu family by religion, but I would say I turned into Buddhism just because of making this new film called Samara. Not only I went the master's course of Buddhist philosophy just to make this film, I also changed my religion. I mean, I didn't change officially, but I practiced Buddhism for last 8 years, from last 8 years, just to practice the core essence of Buddhism, and that simply is related with, the, as you said, the motions, the motions, whatever you call rhythm, that is also related to music, editing, even the photography that you choose for the specific cinema that you are going to make. But I prefer not necessary to adopt new religions or cultural background, really doesn't matter. I'm sure that when you make film in New York, definitely you go through all the research, all the process, working with American people or cast or crew that you prefer to work with. So I think it's very natural process that you get used to with it. But when you ask my personal workflow or process of working in cinema, I'm very harsh. Like I would say I'm like army. I could do anything. I could go for any challenges that I could achieve. So I think it really depends on every single person's or filmmakers, but if you ask me personally, I would suggest you go beyond your limitations, no matter what your family or your girlfriend said. So
We'll open it for one last question, post which we are going to have to close this session. Yes, sir.
Thank you. My question is from my friend Manish. It's a very short one. How do you balance getting into the moment, getting the shot, as well as looking after your life when you're in an extreme environment? Thank you.
This is something that I get asked a lot. It's a tough question. I don't know. I have my answers for this, but my main motivation is my supportive family. So it was so parallel moment that I started doing the mountains. I got married and I had my daughter at the same moment. When I was climbing Everest, my wife was 6 months pregnant. So it was a really difficult task for me. It was a peak time for me to get my career in engineering filming, and at the same time this family.
I'd say it's the support of my wife, my family members that supported throughout my journey.
Hello. I can add to that actually. So as a director and a producer, I work with people like Manish and I send them to different places. So I've sent them, you know, not yourself, maybe another time, but Camp grew up, the Kumbu High School and so on and so forth. I think we know, we understand, despite the alluring glamour of a place, when we get there, we understand very well as a team that is at stake. And so we all rely on each other. So many a time I've worked with people like him and I've said, looked them in the eye and said, you know, you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, please come back to them, come back to me. And, you know, filmmaking is not worth your life just for the shot. We all understand that.
On that note, we come to the end of this panel discussion. My question to all of you, was it interesting? Yes. Definitely, it was a super interesting panel discussion, but for me, as an outsider almost into this world, the four of you collectively managed to give me so many different insights and so many different vantage points, which really allowed me to understand what goes on in your minds as filmmakers. For me, some of the most interesting concepts we spoke about today were the soul of filmmaking, the importance of education and emotion, and how we balance the two. I also really liked your little thing, the CPM, character, personality, and moment. I think just understanding this one concept can really help you penetrate and go through those layers much faster and develop the arcs of your films, as you may say. I also love the fact about respect and discipline. How do we respect the people we're working with and the discipline of filmmaking and what really goes into putting a film out there, whether YouTube or in the theaters. We also spoke about the importance of having your own voice. We make films for ourselves. You all make films for yourselves. Ultimately, if they do well on the international platform, that is definitely an added bonus. But films made for ourselves are the most authentic films, the most true films. I also really like that we spoke about patience, the importance of very simple storylines, and we didn't forget to mention that finance and back office work and research plays a huge part in this. But to me as an outsider today, I think this panel discussion was most enlightening because we spoke really about the impact of films, the positive impact, which helped people garner donations and money to the country to do good for society, and also the negative impact that filmmakers sometimes can spread through misinformation. But for me, the one word that really stood out today was the word connection. This was the one word that was used over and over again. And I go back from this panel discussion enlightened about the fact that films connect through language, through borders, and through time. And that truly is the beauty of this medium. Thank you so much, all four of you, for being not just fabulous, but for being you and for sharing so honestly and so transparently. Thank you so much. I'm sure the audience would like to have a round of applause for everyone.